on my dear children. And also there is my dear workers. I'm not sure whether we did this in this forum or not. But Soumya will read out my dear children. And then I don't think there is much to be explained. But the whole idea that comes across is, which I will tell when we are doing my dear workers. Baba started his ministry like Avatarhood, you can say. There are many different viewpoints, but I would say sometime in 1922 when he stayed with Upasri Maharaj for the last 6 months in Sakori, and then Upasri Maharaj joined hands, did namaskar and said, Merwan, tu Adi Shakti Ahe, you are the avatar, you are the primal force and you are the avatar. And he started having his separate manli. That means from 1922, in 1962, after 40 years, he is giving out two very important messages, which makes me feel, this is my interpretation, that we are not really treading the path or walking the path which Baba wanted us to do. And that is the reason why, after 40 years, and only 7 years before he dropped his physical form in 1969, he has to tell us again and again what exactly are his expectations of us. So here we are going to read My Dear Children, which was given out in the November of 1962 in the huge function which was called the East-West Gathering. If I'm not mistaken, this was given out on the 3rd of November 1962. Soumya will read it out. If there's any explanation required, I might just interject and say, otherwise, let the reading flow. Go ahead.
My dear children, your coming to me from different places and from across oceans has pleased me. And although no sacrifice to be near me is too great, I am touched by the sacrifice that some of you have made to come here. Those who have not been able to come to me should not feel disheartened, for my love is with them as always, and especially so at this time. I know how they are longing to be near me even for an hour, and how helpless they are in their circumstances. You have come from great distances.
Sorry. Baba says even for an hour. I remember an instance when, if I remember well, Dr. Harry Kenmore was very eager to see Baba. And then Baba sent a message saying that if you want to see me now, I will give you only a minute or two or something like that. And he's coming from all the way from USA. But if you wait for me, then I'll call you again after a few months or after a year or so, in which case you will have a very long time to stay with me. Without answering and anything, Dr. Harry Kenmore flies to Mehrazad, to India. And, so Baba said, but why did you come? Words to the effect, he said that again, I may be wrong, but words to the effect, he said that I really don't trust, that when will you call me? I did not want to miss out the opportunity now. Even if it is a matter of 1 to 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever that may be, the idea is that there are people who are willing to come. And there are many times when Baba has said that if you want to see me, I'll only give you 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And people fly all over the world, from all over the world to meet him. And Baba, in his benevolence and kindness, that 5 minutes would stretch to quite a long time. So coming back to this, yeah.
You have come from great distances, not for some convention or conference, but to enjoy my company and feel afresh my love in your hearts. It is a coming together of East and West in the house of their Father. All religions of the world proclaim that there is but one God, the Father of all in creation. I am that Father.
Again, that reminds me, there was an occasion where Baba visited one of the schools in Bombay. That's right. And the head of the school, it was a Christian school, whosoever the head was, the priest. He was very, very touched by Baba's message, and he said that I want to write out whatever you're saying. So he wrote out, and this was the last line, and I am that father. And Baba said, would you please read out the whole message? And he read out the whole message, but did not read this last line, and I am that father. And Baba said, you have missed out the most important point. So even though, the priest, he did not want to acknowledge, that he is the father of all in creation.
I have come to remind all people that they should live on earth as the children of the one Father until my grace awakens them to the realization that they are all one without a second, and that all divisions and conflict and hatred are but a shadow play of their own ignorance.
Baba is one father. We are all his children. That reminds me of a story of a father. He was a farmer. He had two sons. Both loved the father tremendously, very much. The father also loved both his sons very much. But both the sons would not get along well. Like how we are having the same situation here with different religions, all claiming that their God is the, in this. So here, the father is returning from the farm after a hard day's toil, and he's relaxing, and one son is pressing the right leg, and the other son is pressing the left leg, and the father is relaxing with them. Now what happens is, one of the sons is just feeling a little dozy. So the one of the sons is dozing around, and the one who was not dozing saw that he is dozing, and what he does is what we call as chimti, does like this to the leg of the father, which leg the one who was dozing was pressing. I hope I'm coming across clearly. So what that is in the hope that this is the leg belonging to that son and not to me, little realizing that the pain finally goes to the father. So if only we realize this, that we are the children of the same father, and if we hurt anybody else's feeling, I'm not talking about any one religion or any one, we are actually hurting our Meher Baba. If we had that sensitivity that we are hurting him if we hurt anybody else, then the world would be a totally different place. So go on with the reading.
Although all are my children, they ignore the simplicity and beauty of this truth by indulging in hatreds, conflicts, and wars that divide them in enmity instead of living as one family in their Father's house. Even amongst you who love me and accept me for what I am, there is sometimes lack of understanding of one another's hearts. Patiently have I suffered these things in silence for all my children. It is time that they become aware of the presence of their Father in their midst and of their responsibility towards Him and themselves. I shall break my silence and with my word of words arouse my children to realize in their lives the indivisible existence which is God.
So, in a very smooth way, Baba came to the Baba lovers that you consider me as God. We are all one family, and yet you fight amongst each other. So that's what I was trying to say. That even after 40 years of Baba's ministry, we are not able to really live harmoniously or live in, like what we call as giving in. Give in for work and give up for love, as Baba says. We are unable to do that at times.
Throughout the years, I have been giving many messages and discourses. Today, I simply want to tell you who are gathered here in my love, to shut the ears of your minds and open the ears of your hearts to hear my word when I utter it. Do not seek my blessing, which is always with you, but long for the day when my grace will descend on all who love me. Most blessed are they who do not even long for my grace, but simply seek to do my will.
So here the important thing Baba says, patiently have I suffered these things in silence for all my children. Again, indirectly it means that if we fight amongst each other, fight in the sense not physical fight, but if there is no harmony within us, then it is Baba who suffers patiently and silently because of our ignorance. Baba has said that Christ was crucified once, but I am being crucified every moment. And that crucifixion, Baba had explained elsewhere that I, in my own self, is actually free. But in all other selves, I find myself bound because of your ignorance. So, in other words, our ignorance makes Baba suffer. So our duty would be to try to be harmonious, to be try to be loving, to try to be giving, try to be selfless more and more. The more we imbibe all these qualities, the more happiness we are giving to Baba. At one time I had said, that Baba has a universal mind, which means all our finite minds are in the universal mind. And the easiest and the simplest way to make Baba happy is to be happy ourselves. Because if we are happy, we are contributing very minuscule, very, very small quantity. But if we are happy under all illusory circumstances, these are Baba's words, I say, remain happy under all illusory circumstances. So if we are happy, in our minute way, we are contributing to the happiness of Baba because our finite, limited mind is a part of his universal mind. And the moment we are sad, we are brooding, we are crying, we are weeping, why me, poor me, we are so unfortunate, we are gloomy, and all that. The moment we are that, we are contributing to his suffering because our mind is joined with his mind. So Baba says, patiently, I have suffered these things in silence for all my children. It is time that they become aware of the presence of their Father in their midst and of their responsibility, our responsibility towards Him, that means towards the Father and themselves between us. Other than that, I don't think there is any explanation. I hesitate to interpret anything connected with Baba's silence or breaking of his silence because we all know that it has very deep connotations and which I am unqualified to really interpret. Baba alone knows what that all means about breaking of his silence. Then Baba goes on to say, last paragraph, do not seek my blessings, which is always with you. Baba always says, my grace, my blessing is always flowing. It is like the rays of the sun, is always there. But if you come out with an umbrella, then you are preventing the rays from reaching you. So the umbrella is the umbrella of ignorance. Baba says, do not seek my blessing, which is always there with you, but long for the day when my grace will descend on all who love me. Most blessed are they who do not even long for my grace. In other words, you are so completely resigned to His will, so completely surrendered to Him that we do not mind, but Thy will prevail. It's like that. Most blessed are they who do not even long for my grace, but simply seek to do my will. So here we end. Sorry. Here we end this chapter on My Dear Children. Next time, whenever we are meeting on Saturday, since it's a continuous of this, we will do My Dear Workers, which is a more powerful statement which was given by Baba in 1962. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai.